Bobby Nystrom on the wings. The scratches for the Islanders, Bert Marshall and Eddie Westfall will sit this one out. Al Arbor will go with 6 defensemen. The Rangers will start John Davidson in the goal to our right, skating right to left in the first period. Davidson has won 8 and lost 2 in playoff competition this year with the goals against a 1.56. The Rangers will use as their backup goaltender tonight Doug Sotard as Wayne Thomas sits out. The other Ranger scratches, Dave Farish, Dean Talafas, and Nick Patillo. They will start defensively. Mario Marois and Mike McEwen in a line of Bobby Sheehan at center, Ron Duguay on the right side, and Pat Hickey on the left. The officials, Brian Lewis will be the referee, the linesmen Matt Pavlich and Gerard Gauthier. We'll be set for the start of tonight's hockey game between the Islanders and the Rangers when we come back in just a moment. We'll know about the Islanders' just terrible power play against the Rangers, but I think we're going to see a little different tactic in the game tonight used by the New York Islanders. I got a feeling we're going to see Clark Gillies camped on the goal mouth whenever the Islanders, if and when they do, go on the power play.
This series will continue with game number 5 on Saturday night at the Nassau Coliseum starting at 8:05. You'll be able to follow all the action right here in the New York metropolitan area on WNEW Radio, 1130 on the AM dial, and on metropolitan area local cable TV systems with Madison Square Garden Sports. From down below us, here are the Rangers hitting the ice, led by goaltender John Davidson, and they will defend the goal to our left in this first period, and the Rangers receiving a standing ovation from this capacity crowd. The New York Islanders will be making their way on in just a moment. You know, some 10 years ago, a blow dryer was something that a pro ball player just did not use. But now you see them in locker rooms all over, and in the home too. Now, something else you see is Vitalis Liquid, because a lot of guys are finding out that if your Vitalis Liquid will keep your hair in shape and keep you scoring points. So try Vitalis Liquid. You'll see what we mean when we say heads are turning to Vitalis. The Islanders greeted by a cascade of boos as they hit the ice from our right, led by goaltender Billy Smith. Chico Resch was the loser in game number 1 at the Coliseum, and then Smith in that for the overtime victory on Saturday, and of course Resch in that on Tuesday night on the Ranger 3-1 victory. Billy Smith, as we mentioned before, played very, very well on Saturday afternoon, and that key save came on the breakaway by Bobby Sheehan.
And a good save it was by Smith. Bobby Sheehan held on to the puck a little too long, and Billy Smith was able to go and make the save to his left, and not only in preventing the Islanders from going down by 2 goals at that point, the Islanders scored a goal before there was another face-off, so everything happened off of that save by Billy Smith.
Rangers and Islanders now involved in lining up at their respective blue lines. And for the singing of our national anthem, here is Henry Price. So let's go down to the ice for the public address. Doing it without the accompaniment of the organ, getting the crowd going with the singing of our national anthem. It is Davidson to our left at the 7th Avenue end of Madison Square Garden, Smith to our right at the 8th Avenue end. Brian Lewis looking to gather the teams together. for this opening face-off for game number 4 of the best of 7.
Curious to see how Billy Smith will react in the first melee in front of his net, while Phil Esposito's been using his weight and his body to advantage in front of the Islander net throughout the series, and Billy doesn't like anybody to do that in front of him.
Islanders open with Wayne Merrick at center, Bob Nystrom on the right, Bob Bourne on the left. This is the line that has been most effective for the Islanders. Dennis Potvin, Bob Lorimer back. Bobby Sheehan. That's
Murdoch along the news to make that move. Anders Hedberg
again, and they'll have it in a 4
goals in 2 games where every
Hart to the corner, eluding the check attempt of Esposito, rolls it around, and it's cleared out by Tonelli. A big break for the Islanders. We were able to view the replay, and no question, Sal. Should have been a Ranger goal. All right, Esposito at the far boards. Tied up, cuts to the left, rolls one in front. Hart knocks it aside. He's hit down by Murdoch, and it's cleared out of the zone. Mawa takes it center, feeds up for Esposito, and rolls it in to the right side of Smith. Chased by Hart, he's checked, loses control, but Kazicki is on it. 20 seconds left in his first per Kazicki, able to get by Esposito. Nearly lost it to him on the check. Moves to the Ranger line, fakes the shot, and then is hit by Mawa. As a result, loses control. Now Tonelli over along with Esposito. Espo able to work it free with 5 seconds. Moves to center. He's up to the Islander line and dropped for Murdoch as Esposito takes a punch at Tonelli just before the buzzer. No penalty is called. Time is run out, and now Tonelli over to Esposito, and the linesman stepped between. Esposito and Tonelli started to get involved. Both the Rangers and Islanders off the bench now, with the linesmen Pavlich and Gauthier looking to get things at hand and separate these 2 clubs and send them to their dressing room. Billy Smith and Pat Hickey are now having words. This is from a previous movie where Hickey and Smith had words on Saturday afternoon, and now the Islanders are headed off the ice and led by Smith. Meanwhile, Pat twice bumps with Pat Hickey, and this could get a bit, as John Davidson said the other day, on the raunchy side as we head to period number 2. Phil Esposito was upset with the check of John Tonelli just seconds before he went back at him, and Esposito took a punch at Tonelli, and now both clubs are headed off, and the Rangers hearing it from the crowd as they head down below us. 1 period complete here at the Garden, and the Rangers and Islanders are 0-0. We'll be back in a moment. Right off the face, Islanders control. Potvin circles and rolls one on that, stick to side by Davidson for McEwen. Checked by Nystrom as he throws it around the boards. Duguay is bottled up, but he gets it out of the zone for Hickey. A lead too hard. Tender for Sheehan, but it's off his stick. And Lorimer throws right back to center ice. Hickey there, feeds in across the Islander line. Lorimer throws ahead for Nystrom. Nystrom breaks down the right side across the Ranger line, sends to the corner, chase there. Merrick is pushed off the puck by Mawa, and Sheehan comes up with it. Rangers moving right to left. Here's a right-wing lead for Duguay. It's off his skates, and played by Potvin, who's hit by Hickey as he rolls down to the right of Davidson. Islanders change on the move as the Rangers start up again. Mawa looks to send Sheehan away. He's driving down across the Islander line. He cuts in, and a backhander stick save made by Smith. Sheehan on the rebound with Duguay. Duguay winds it around, intended for Mawa, but it's cleared out of the zone. An Islander stick getting in the way. Hickey comes back forward at center and rolls it right back in, and the Rangers change on the move. Esposito stepping on with Murdoch and Maloney as Kazicki breaks out of the Islander zone. Moving at center. Accelerates. Bottled up by Vatney. Loses on a stick check. Loose puck picked up by Maloney. Has a break. He's to the Islander line. Cuts past Potvin. Moves in and shoots. He scores! Don Maloney on a breakaway to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead.
The more I watch Don Maloney, the more I can understand why he scores goals, why he wins by digging the puck out of the corner. He's not fast, and I thought Dennis Potvin was going to catch him. But he made a move on Billy Smith that was just unbelievable. He went in, taking that puck at his own blue line, and it looked as though Potvin was going to catch him, but he just put on a little bit extra and made Billy Smith move. And once Billy Smith moved, put it through his legs. Fantastic deke on a goaltender. The place to put it. Smith anticipating like Sheehan did, going completely to the backhand. He didn't do that. He let the puck go as Smith was going where he thought Maloney would go. Beautiful deke by Don Maloney.
The ovation greeting the announcement from the public address by Carl Martin. Don Maloney, playoff goal number 5. Murdoch the assist, 1:18 the time. Off the face-off, it comes to the Islander line. Kozicki back for it. Throws it around for Lewis. Watched by Vadnais. Lewis up at center, bangs it off the boards. A pass deep to the Ranger zone goes too far. The icing is waved off, though. It's loose behind the Ranger goal. Kozicki gets to it, throws it out, but it's out of the zone. Price beats Maloney to it this time and throws in, but it's intercepted by Vadnais. A pass for Murdoch, knocked away, picked up by Tonelli, has a break across the Ranger line, moves in with a shot, he scores! And the Islanders have tied it up at 1. Davidson came out, and a high drive by Tonelli to the left of Davidson has tied it at 1.
Islanders actually were on a delayed offside and did not give up. Carl Vadnais came across the blue line, tried to get it up and hit off the back of Donnie Murdoch's skate and went back towards John Tonelli. Almost a similar play, Rob, only it happened, both plays happened at the Ranger blue line. Tonelli was able to go in. Actually, Mike Kozicki got that puck over to Tonelli. Tonelli picked it up, went in on John Davidson, and it looked like J.D. would have him, and John went down. Tonelli put it right up over him. Beautiful shot high up in the cage.
All right, here's the face at center. Rangers shoot it in to the right side of Smith. Some stick goal scorer. The Rangers get it to the Islander zone, but it's cleared out to center with 15 seconds and bounces one in. Left side of Davidson. Maloney and Nystrom chase down Davidson over to clear it around for Greshner. Greshner sends ahead for Esposito at center with 5 seconds. Leads Murdoch across the line with a shot that is deflected to the crowd by Hart. Islanders and Rangers tied at 1. On the early goals by Don Maloney and John Tonelli, both on breakaway efforts. Face-off coming up inside the Islander blue line with only 4 seconds remaining in the second period. It'll be Esposito and Kozicki on the draw. The linesman, Gauthier, leaning in. Both clubs look to position themselves. Rangers trying to get off a last shot. Esposito taps it ahead off the draw, but it's cleared away by Hart out of the zone. And that's the end of the second period. At the end of 2, the New York Rangers won. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Billy Harris from Dennis Potvin and Mike Kozicki for Harris' second night of the playoffs. And now the Rangers find themselves trailing 2-1 off the face. Kozicki throws to the Ranger line and breaks it down the corner with a diamond spy. Bounce around the boards. Pearson takes far side. He's checked by Maloney, allowing Esposito to shoot it out of the zone. Murdoch chases down.
Davidson extending that left pad, kicking it out, and the Rangers able to clear the zone.
Esposito coming on now, has Maloney left, Murdoch right. Face off at the Ranger line, comes to Marois, brings up to center, lead on the left defense for McEwen, checked by Merrick, rolls it in, left side of Smith, and off the boards by Hart, moves behind the line of the goal, and lays it for Pearson, who rolls it around. Bourne shoots it out for Merrick, over skates as he takes a hit from Marois, then recovers, and Merrick comes back to shoot one in behind Davidson. McEwen back forward. 13:40 left, third period. Islanders lead it 2-1. The Rangers move up, led by Don Maloney. Moving up center to the Islander line. Slips one in front, but Esposito's stick is raised. Then he recovers. Feeds Maloney's side of the net, knocked away from him. Then Maloney recovers, but he's checked to the boards by Merrick. Maloney is still on the puck. Tries to throw it around for Esposito. He gets it off to Espo. Espo tries to center for Murdoch, but it's knocked away by Bourne. And Bourne clears it out to the point. Marois able to keep in. Feeds Esposito the circle. In close for Maloney. Sends to Murdoch. Boat skips in. I believe it went in off Smith. A centering feed, and the Rangers get a huge break as they tied it at 2.
And Marv was Phil Esposito along the near boards with some excellent checking, keeping the puck in the zone, and by doing so was able to work the puck in to Maloney. Stephon Pearson came sliding across as Maloney tried to get it across to Donnie Murdoch, and I think it went in off of Stephon Pearson or Smith. Bobby Bourne had picked up the puck, was trying to get out of the zone, and Mario Marois poached in, kept it in, shot it forward, and Phil Esposito picked it up. Donnie Murdoch was skating for the net. Espo faked the shot, gave it over to Don Maloney, who tried to pass it across, and it hit off Stephon Pearson, going through Billy Smith's legs as we looked at it on that replay to decipher how that actually went in, Bob. But fantastic play by Mario Marois, keeping the puck in the zone. The Rangers down by a goal. He was gambling, and it paid off.
All right, it should be interesting to see how the Islanders react to this. They have completely outplayed the Rangers here from the second period on, and they have to be thinking about the continuous succession of breaks that the Rangers have received. Another one right here, and a standing ovation for the Rangers. The crowd looking to urge this club on. The goal credited to Don Maloney, second of the night, number 6 of the playoffs, at 6:50.
And Don Maloney leads the all scorers in the playoffs, Marv. Of course, we don't know what's going on up in Montreal. Lemaire had 3 points less now than Maloney when you add Maloney's
Trottier and Tkachuk get up and then thrown back in by McEwen. It'll be Tkachuk and Trottier once again. Puck drop. Tkachuk gets it out to Maloney at center. Maloney around Bossy, leads Vickers across the Islander line, throws to Tkachuk, but it's knocked away. Puck is loose at the circle. Trottier feeds Bossy, and he clears out of the zone. 45 seconds left. Batney guns it in. Left side of Smith, who stops it for Potvin. Now Potvin rolls it around the boards for Gillies, and Gillies starts up, pushes it to Trottier. Trottier moves to the Ranger line, cuts to the right, back pass for Bossy. Bossy is bottled up, but moves to the near side with 30 seconds. Out it goes to Potvin. Potvin with a drive, save made by Davidson, comes back to Potvin with 20 seconds, throws to the corner for Bossy. Now Bossy loses to Batney. Batney cuts to the right, swings it around the boards, kept in by the skates of Lorimer, then worked free, and here's Hedberg shooting it out of the zone with 10 seconds. Lorimer is on it at center. Back pass for Potvin as we head to overtime. A return for Lorimer with 5 seconds. Moves to the red line and bounces one down. Back behind the Ranger goal. Batney comes back to swing it around, and that's it. That's the end of regulation. And for the second time in this best-of-7 semifinal, we go to an overtime session. After 3, it's the New York Rangers 2. And the New York Islanders 2 will be back in a moment. After this.
Every day is a brand new day. Every night's a brand new night. We're only as good as your last night. At Eastern, there's only one way. We have to learn our way. Every day.
Eastern Airlines introduces non-stop service to Fort Myers. Our new non-stop leaves Kennedy Airport at 8 every morning. We also give you a choice of 12 other daily flights to Fort Myers. And with Eastern Super Saver fares, you can get there for less than you might expect. For reservations and fare requirements, call your travel agent or Eastern Airlines.
We have to learn our way. Every day.
Well, up in Boston, same situation as here at Madison Square Garden. The Bruins and the Canadiens are into overtime. They are tied at 3. Montreal, of course, winning that series 2-1, a 3-3 game in overtime. And right here, tied at 2 on 2 goals by Don Maloney. The Islander goal scorers, Tonelli and Harris. And in this overtime, it will be Billy Smith defending the goal to our left, 7th Avenue end. John Davidson to our right at the 8th Avenue end. Marv Albert, Sal Messina, bringing you what has been a spectacular playoff series between the National Hockey League's 2 New York franchises. Opening up last Thursday with that Ranger victory at the Nassau Coliseum. A clear-cut, decisive game for the Rangers, completely outplaying the Islanders. Then the Islanders won in overtime on Saturday. Tuesday night, Rangers beating the Islanders here by the score of 3-1. And to overtime once again. And Al Arbor starting out with the Trottier, Bossy, Gillies line. Rangers with Hedberg, Tkachuk, and Vickers.
And also Vadnais and Maloney. He took off the entire 5 players he had out there with the Trottier line on and put out 2 defensemen. Vadnais and Maloney evidently wants all 5 players playing as a unit.
Islanders 2-0 in overtime play on the playoffs, beating Chicago in overtime, beating the Rangers on Saturday. Rangers control the face. Vadnais shoots in a bouncer left side of Smith. Lorimer plays it off the boards, makes the turn, throws it around for Gillies. He's checked by Hedberg, but gets it ahead. And Lorimer throws up to Trottier at center. Makes his move to the Ranger line, loses, stripped by Vadnais. Now Vadnais up to center, puts to the stick of Vickers, stick handles, throws in. left side of Smith. Potvin falls down, but Trotier's on the puck. Loses to Tkachuk, who rolls it around. Bossy cuts it off at the near boards, throws it around, but Hedberg knocks it back the other way. He and Lorimer come together along the boards. They pin it, and play is called. We'll get a face-off at the Islander end.
Good play by Carol Badney at the Ranger blue line. Brian Trottier going in on a 2-on-2, and Badney stripped him of the puck. And Marv, the Rangers involved in 3 overtimes prior to tonight's overtime in the Stanley Cup playoffs thus far. All 3 of those overtimes away from Madison Square Garden. The last overtime game here between the Rangers and anybody was last year against Team 73-74 playoffs. McEwen 2 goals, 8 assists for 10 points.
We are a minute and 39 into sudden death. Rangers and Islanders tied at 2. It'll be Sheehan and Merrick on this face-off at center. And it's rolled in across the Islander line. Hart back, checked by Sheehan, winds it behind the Islander goal to Pearson, takes a hit as he whips it around for Nystrom. He's tied up by Greshner. Nystrom tries to pull away, but it's knocked away by Greshner. However, recovered by Bourne. He's to center. He's up to the Ranger line, looks to put a move, drops it on stick of Nystrom. He cuts wide, but he's taken to the boards by Badney, and Greshner comes up with it, moves behind the Ranger net. Checked by Merrick, rolls it around, and it's put off the boards by Hickey. Hickey to center with Duguay breaking. Duguay holds at the blue line as Hickey moves in, cuts to the far side, angle shot, stick to side by Smith. On the rebound, it's Merrick of the Islanders rolling it around for Bourne. Here's Bourne out of the zone. Up to the right wing, Nystrom, stick checked by Tkachuk, recovered by Pearson, who sends in, allowing for an Islander line change. The Trottier line is on as Maloney comes back for it for the Rangers, and Maloney breaks out. Dave Maloney to center, to the Islander line, fakes the shot, and then drops it off, and recovers and dumps back behind the Islander net. Potvin up with it. A lead on the left wing for Gillies. Up for Trottier at center, and he guns down to the right of Davidson, stops it behind the goal, and leaves for Mawa. Mawa starts up, throws it around past Trottier for Hedberg. He's bottled up and then recovers. Able to cut in across the Ranger line out to center. He's hit by Trottier as he feeds to the red line and then recovers. He and Tkachuk cut in across the out of the line. A drop for Vickers, broken up by Trottier, leads Gillies at center. Here's Gillies with a drop for Potvin. He's up to the Ranger line. Then a lead pass broken up by Hedberg. He's hit by Trottier again, but he's able to get it out to the out of the line. Lorimer back for it. Lorimer with a pass broken up by Vickers, brings it across the out of the line to the circle, and then flips one across the goal mouth. Smith had a notion but let it go, and then Gillies clears out of the zone. Maloney is back for it, beating Bossy to the puck back at the Ranger line, and twists cross ice from Mawa. A lead on the left, Maloney across the out of the line. He goes over the shot. It's just wide. Left side of Smith, a hard drive, and it's cleared by Gillies. Nystrom chasing down as a breakaway. Davidson comes out, and he is able to gamble, but Nystrom beats him and puts it home. John Davidson gambling, looking to beat Nystrom to the puck, but the gamble failed, and Nystrom puts it into an empty net, and the Islanders have tied the series with this overtime victory, beating the Rangers 3-2.
And Marv, what a play. The Rangers had the Islanders in a line change. They stopped the puck at the blue line somehow. It popped free, and it was a race between Davidson and Nystrom, and Davidson made the right move. He did make the play. He stopped the puck. It popped way up in the air and continued on towards the goal. Nystrom just waiting there for it to come down and made sure he was able to pop it in. Rangers shooting the puck into the Islander zone. The shot by Maloney missing the net and going way around to the other side. Ranger defenseman poaching in and couldn't really get a look at it. Looks like to be Mario Mawa. Was a right-handed shot. The Islanders popped it free, and Bobby Nystrom, John Davidson even lost his glove on the play, had the empty net to score the winning goal.
So it is 3 minutes and 40 seconds into overtime. On a goal by Bobby Nystrom for the second time in this best of 7, the Islanders have won in overtime, have defeated the Rangers by the score of 3-2, and we'll be back to recap it in a moment.
Got the best hamburger in the whole wide world.
Got it cleared, but not out. It's kept in by Esposito at the right point. He closes for a pass in front. Maloney centering pass, goal! Don Maloney threw the puck across the goal mouth, and it looked like it was deflected by one of the Islander defensemen and went into the net, and the Rangers have tied it up at 2-all. There are only 2 penalties in the third period. A carryover from the first period between Price and Vickers. This time, Price went off for high sticking, Vickers went off for high sticking, and they each got 5-minute fighting majors. The time of those coincident majors and minors was 1:19. The shots on goal
At that point, the Rangers had outshot the Islanders 11-8 in the first period, and Rangers outshooting Islanders 10-6 in the second, 10-6 in the second, 10-6 in the second, 10-6